Nigeria is pushing for urgent reforms in international tax rules, equitable climate finance, and concessional lending structures as part of a broader call for a fairer global financial system. The country is also advocating for a stronger access to loss of damage funding, green investment opportunities, and adjustment to special drawing rights to better support middle-income countries with significant poverty levels. These demands were part of a communique issued at a high-level stakeholder consultation meeting organized by the Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center (CISLAC) in partnership with Oxfam. The consultation was held in preparation for the 2025 Financing for Development Summit, scheduled for June 3rd in Spain, under the auspices of the United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs. Executive Director CISLAC Awel Musa Rafsanjani provided recommendations that would help in achieving the aims and objectives.
Industrialization must become heart of our economic transformation agenda. We have seen how some countries that Nigeria was far beyond or above them. Now today, we are even going to do tourism in those countries. Just take the example of Dubai. When Dubai was nowhere, Nigeria had already made significant developmental progress. But today, look at where they are and look at where we are. Even to achieve common SDG is a challenge for us. Not talk of the kind of thing that you see in such kind of countries. Launch public campaign and legal action on illicit financial flow and asset recovery. This is one of the major recommendations we are putting as a way of mitigating the development deficit that we have. We cannot continue to have our resources stolen in this country and then we expect development. It will not happen. So we need to do something to block the leakages. We need to make sure that people who are in public offices are not using their public offices to siphon resources that are meant for development in this country. It is absolutely necessary that Nigerian government work with the financial institutions, the banks, the insurance company, to make sure that we block opportunities for people who are looters, who continue to hide under companies to siphon public taxpayers' money in this country. This is the only way to guarantee financing for effective development in Nigeria.
The report from the meeting stresses that without a more just and inclusive global financial architecture, sustainable local development will remain unattainable for many nations. It highlights the urgency for aligning financing mechanisms with the aspiration of Agenda 2063 of the African Union, the ECOWAS Vision 2050, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs).
Reform global financial architecture. Nigeria is advocating for fairer international tax rules, effective measures to curb IFF, illicit financial flows, and democratization of global financial governance to include African voices. To unlock concessional grant-based climate finance, rebalancing global climate funding away from loans and towards grants, especially for adaptation and loss and damage. 3, we are calling for the promotion of innovative financing instruments to expand the use of green bonds, diaspora bonds, debt for development swaps, and result-based financing, including at the subnational level as well. Strengthening domestic resource mobilization, broadening the tax base through digital platform, enhancing subnational fiscal capacity, and reduce reliance on crude oil.
This moment is pivotal. As the global community gathers to renew its financing commitment for sustainable development, Nigeria stands ready to champion equity, accountability, and inclusion. The upcoming Finance for Development Conference presents a critical opportunity to reshape the international financing system and unlock the investments required for a just, fair, and resilient future.
Nigeria is also calling for greater civil society involvement in global finance negotiations, reforms in subnational public finance systems, adoption of innovative financing tools such as debt for development swaps, green bonds, and result-based financing mechanisms. The consultation shows the need for a global shift that empowers developing nations with resources and autonomy to drive inclusive, climate-resilient development. Oluwatobieni Iton, reporting for TV Platinum.